Hi there, if you would like to optimize your videos for YouTube to get more viewers, subscribers, and more AdSense if you qualify, then stay tuned, watch this video all the way to the end as I show you how. Hi there, David Walsh here once again from davidwalshonline.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can optimize your videos for more viewers, subscribers, and ultimately more money from your YouTube channel. Now today I have a very good friend with me. This is Tom Martin, which you've more than likely seen on more of my videos on this channel, and he is from FAQ Tube because he doesn't like me calling it FactTube. And we're going to discuss how the algorithm has changed and how you can optimize your videos for those changes to get more viewers and subscribers. So welcome to today's video, Tom.
Thank you for having me, a pleasure as always.
Okay, Tom, so what is the first tip to optimize videos on YouTube?
Well, I think it's pretty widely known as the kind of holy grail of optimization, and that's increasing your watch time. So that is both a combination of the total amount of minutes people are watching for your videos, but also the percentage of your videos. Yep. So are they sticking around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and also are they sticking around for 10%, 20%, 70%? Really, this is the key if you want your channel to be shown on the homepage, yep, browse feature, suggested search. So, you know, David, can you give us an idea of like how can we increase our watch time? Because it's not just a case of just make longer videos, is it? Well,
yeah, exactly. It's not just a case of making longer videos. You have to have your videos interesting, and that's what I tell everybody. Make your videos interesting, because no one's going to watch a boring video unless there's something in that, unless it's somebody sleeping where they shouldn't be sleeping. Then that becomes a viral video, which is a totally different subject. But first of all is make your stuff interesting. Cut the crap out and make sure just get to the point of your videos. Like if you're doing how-to videos like we're doing, get to the point as quick as possible, because people won't spend 10 minutes watching you meander for that length of time just for you to get to the point. Also put a little hook in there. It's like if you looked at the beginning of this video, I gave you a little hook on how you can optimize your videos for YouTube. So that's a little snippet in there that's going to make you intrigued as to what the content is.
Yeah, and also you want to cut down on really fancy graphical long intros that are, like, they look really beautiful, really nice, but everyone's seen them before. What you want to do, you want to have a get to the meat and potatoes, as I like to say, really quick. And if you set up the video with a strong thumbnail and title that work together to tell a story, and you've already set up, you know, someone's already made the decision as to why they want to watch that video, so you don't need to give too much of a long intro. And the same going for an outro as well. You don't want to make it really clear that your video's ended. So you might say, oh, that's it, you know, thank you so much for tuning in today, blah, 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 because by that point, people know you're wrapping up and they're going to click onto somebody else's video. So again, you want to give clear calls to action and wrap up pretty succinctly at the end.
Because there are 20 videos on the side that YouTube wants you to watch, so you're up against that, and if they're not your videos, then that's going to be a problem for you.
So the second key factor, it's closely related to watch time, is session time or session duration. So this is not just the length of time someone is spending on your single video, but how long are they going on to spend on their entire session on YouTube. And what's really interesting, it doesn't matter if someone watches your video and then goes and watches on
Casey Neistat for 14 hours.
Yeah, if your video is the gateway to a long session, it doesn't matter if they go on to watch 10 of your videos or 10 of David's videos or 10 cat videos. If your video leads to longer sessions, YouTube are then going to think, well, he sets people up for a nice long session, let's send more people to him because he's going to keep people on the platform for a long time. The one thing about session time is it's one of the few things that are really important that you don't really get to track in your analytics. So it's kind of one of the things where you have to do it and hope that it's working. But if you follow the tips that me and David are going to give you now, then you're going to be pretty much sure that you're doing all you can.
Yeah. And a good thing as well is to optimize your videos so that they link from one to the other, so that you have that session watch time on your channel. Because it's one thing for you to have your like a gateway video that goes through to say Casey Neistat for 14 hours, but it'd be much better for you for both your watch time and also your AdSense revenue if that 14 hours is spent watching 14 hours of your videos. So if you can link properly using the, which we'll come to later on, but link properly from your videos one to the next, and there's a sort of logical sequence why they would go down that journey, then you're going to increase your watch time, both your your video watch time and also your session watch time as well, which then Mr. YouTube is going to promote you even more.
And a great way to do this is to have really strong and clear calls to action. So at the end of your video, you want to say, thank you very much, click here, use your end card widget to make it really clear what you want them to do, and make sure you select a video that's highly related to the video that you've just watched. Exactly.
So like we'll talk about how to get more views on YouTube. So if we have the first one, 5 ways to get more views on YouTube, then the next one is 10 ways to get more subscribers or something else related to get more views, then there's a logic behind that rather than 5 ways to get more views on YouTube, or the next one could be 10 funniest cat videos.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect there. So make it logical for people to want to click. And people will want more of the same type of video if they're looking for the one that you've got.
And another related but also really powerful tip is to have really good amount and really clearly set up playlists. And when you link, make sure you're always linking to a playlist.
Yep.
Or if linking to a single video, make sure you're linking to that single video as it sits within a playlist.
Because then your videos are actually on the other side. They're actually right beside that video. If you've ever clicked on a playlist, you'll see the next videos are actually right beside your video. And that's how you're going to get more session watch time on your channel.
That's perfect, David. So what's the next tip for optimizing for the algorithm?
Next tip is to use keywords, especially in your titles and also in your description and your tags.
Yeah, this is one of the probably, I'd say, most underused and most important skills is making sure you're doing good research to find the keywords that you know people are already searching for, and also you know exact language that they're using, but also then knowing exactly how to deploy them, as David says, in your titles, tags, description, and also your script.
Yep, as well, because YouTube, your title is probably the first thing that people are going to notice about your video. So if somebody is typing in how to get more subscribers on YouTube, if you have a title that says how to get more subscribers on YouTube, then that speaks directly to them and that will be in the title. Also have it on your thumbnail as well. But in your video, the first line of your video, because YouTube listens to your video and it also translates, and you'll see in the transcription, even though you may not put up a transcription, YouTube will transcribe it. They'll do their own transcription. So if you have how to get more viewers on your videos as the first couple of words on your video, then those keywords are in your transcription, which is also metadata similar to description and tags.
One caveat to that is I would say definitely be careful of YouTube's automatic caption files, because they can sometimes read those videos a little bit iffy, especially if you've got a strange accent like mine. So I'd always recommend uploading a custom captions file so you can make sure that those keywords are actually the keywords that you want.
Yes, because it could end up thinking that you say how to get more cats on YouTube or something like that, and and then your keywords would be totally out of whack.
Also, I'd say to actually find the keywords that people are searching for, there are a number of tools that you can use. The number one keyword tool that I recommend is something called vidIQ. You can use there's a free account that you can use that will give you some free search results. But if you get their cheapest plan, you can also get kind of unlimited results, and I think that's about $10 a month.
Yeah, like and there is a link in the description to a video I have on how to use vidIQ. Okay, so what's the next tip?
The next tip is something that I would call authority, and one way that you could kind of talk about that is consistency. So what I would say is, are you showing up and talking about the same niche or topic or subject week after week after week after week?
Yeah.
I always use a fantastic example is Unbox Therapy. So he's been unboxing tech and doing tech reviews for years and years and years and years, and if you search for any kind of tech review, tech unboxing, he's almost certainly going to come up in the first 1, 2 or 3 results, because he's been consistently reviewing new phones, cameras, gadgets for years and years and years. YouTube see him as an authority in the space, and they're going to be much more likely to recommend him.
Exactly, and it's like even in the sort of how-to YouTube space, it's like myself, Tom, others like Daryl Eves, etc. We're the ones that are sort of in the authority in that space. So when it comes up with how-to YouTube videos, then you're going to see us in the search results, you're going to see us in the sidebar and stuff like that. So when you're talking about your topics and stuff like that, you may have like if you're a lifestyle thing, you might do makeup and you might do fitness and stuff like that. So you may have a number of different sort of categories, but it's all in one sort of area. Make sure to stick within those categories on all your videos. And again, make sure you set up your playlists and your sections on your channel to distinguish them so that people can get to them easily. Okay, Tom, so what's the next tip?
The next one is increasing your view velocity, which sounds complicated, but basically means getting as many views to your video as close to the start of the published date as possible. So when you release something, it goes out to your subscribers, maybe you publish it, promote it on social, maybe do some paid promotion, maybe it gets some blog outreach, but basically if you can get as many views to it in the first 6, 12, 24, 42, 72 hours, that will really, in most cases, determine the success of the video for the rest of its life. So you really want to show YouTube in those early hours that this is something that's special, and by getting as much traffic to it early on, that's the best indicator for YouTube that this video is of good value.
Exactly, and that's why it's important that when you tell people to subscribe is to hit that notification bell, because now that's like a double opt-in on YouTube now, is that you hit the subscribe button, but if you don't hit the notification bell, then you don't get the email to say, hey, this person has uploaded a video, go watch it. So make sure to tell people when you tell them to subscribe, to hit the notification bell as well. And as I keep telling people, is like, do your Twitter, do your Facebook, do your whatever that you have a new video out. Instagram, pop up the thumbnail on there and tell people to go and watch your channel, etc., etc. Get as many shares and likes out there as possible, because the more shares you have, it tells YouTube that this is shareable content, so it gets more backlinks and stuff from other social media platforms.
Another really good tip is to have a consistent release schedule. So if people know that they're going to turn up every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, whatever it's going to be, if you've got a kind of horde of rabid fans just waiting to watch as soon as you release, then you're going to get some natural velocity, and that's really going to help. And also, reward those early watchers. Make sure you're answering those early comments, you know, notification squad, all that kind of stuff. It does work, it's a bit cheesy.
Exactly, and people really appreciate it when you do reply to their comments. Time and time again, we get, I can't believe he's replied to my comment, and stuff like that. I know, again, it does sound cheesy, but it does actually happen. So once you get your channel up and running and stuff, and you get that velocity on your videos, people will appreciate you spending the time and replying back to them on the comments.
And this is a perfect segue into our next point, which is...
What's the next tip?
Engagement. So, like replying to comments, when YouTube sees likes, comments, shares, even dislikes.
Exactly. There's no difference between a dislike and a like, which is brilliant.
Because someone has they've been moved enough to have a reaction to click a button. And YouTube seeing this interaction, this engagement, is a signal that, again, that this video has value. It's probably not one of the factors that affect your ranking and your recommendations as much as other stuff, but it is an important factor. And so a good tip that I always have is to don't only have a call to action to subscribe. So at the end of the video, it's just commonplace to say, don't forget to subscribe, but you know, also let us know in the comments what you thought about this video, or let us know in the comment what happened to you in this situation, whatever your niche is, or you know, if you're how does your technique for this differ, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Because you know, YouTube is taking in all of these data points, and they're saying, wow, people are having a massive conversation over here. There's something worth promoting.
Exactly. And if you're starting out, your first videos are probably going to suck. You know, so hey, let me know if you like this video, but also tell them, hey, if you think this video sucks, let me know in the comments below, and make sure to hit the dislike button as well. It's actually, that sort of thing is going to pull people out of a trance.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah, and if it does suck, then people are going to let you know, but guess what? You've got engagement, and you'll also get feedback and say, well, if it does suck, let me know how I can improve it, that sort of stuff. So you can have a two-way conversation with people. And another tip for engagement as well is that when somebody gives you a really cool comment, talk about it on another video.
Yeah.
You know, give them a shout out, give them a call out on the video, and I'll tell you what, they will be your subscriber for life.
And also, is that they're gonna, other viewers are gonna watch and say, wait a minute, if I comment, he might screenshot and call me out next week, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah, fantastic.
Exactly. Okay, so next tip.
The next tip is something that David is all about, is freshness. He's as fresh as they come, as you can
good deodorant works every time.
So freshness means how new is your video. So this is really, really relevant for like news topics, because let's say people are searching for a certain president from the United States whose name we won't mention. If you're searching for that person, you don't want to see last week's news or even yesterday's news, because it's changing like that. You want to see the news from 1 hour ago. So YouTube will always reward freshness. So what this means for you is, let's say you're trying to rank a video for how to get more subscribers on YouTube. There's going to be hundreds of these videos that already exist. So don't be put off by the fact that, oh, there's already 100 of these videos, because YouTube might want to rank somebody new. They might want to see if anything's changed.
And exactly, and the thing is that the more recent your video, and I call it recentness, the more recent your video is, the more YouTube, as long as you've got all the other tips that we're giving you on your video, YouTube will reward you by putting you top of the search engine and also in the associated videos as well. So they do like that, and putting the title 2018 or latest tricks or stuff like that in your title and in your video will help you with that. Okay, so after talking about freshness, what is the next tip?
Good hygiene. So when I say
back to deodorant again.
So when I'm talking about hygiene, I'm talking about basically optimizing at the time that you upload your video. Is it in HD? Are you putting it in a relevant but less competitive category? Are you uploading captions files like we mentioned earlier? And then there's stuff like, you know, is it in 360? Is it 60 frames per second? Because YouTube is always going to want to promote stuff that is the highest quality. You know, people are watching on, you know,
4K 60 frames a second, all that sort of stuff.
The living room screen, the big TV screen, is actually YouTube's fastest growing.
It is,
fastest growing device. So, you know, you want to be able to look. You know, we always say optimize for mobile, but now you've got to make sure it's equally as beautiful on a 50-inch TV. So these are all the kind of small technical parts that will just set you apart from the competition.
Exactly, and it's not like, if you do it on one video, it's not going to have an effect overall, but when you do it consistently, if you're uploading one video a week or even one video a day, if you're doing that time and time and time again, all of those little tweaks are going to build up over time, and that will give you, like we said, authority and stuff like that. So it will work for you in the long run on your channel to get more views and subscribers on your videos. Okay, so there are 8 fantastic tips to help you optimize your videos and to get more viewers and subscribers. So Tom, would you happen to have a resource that people could use apart from this video?
Well, as shameless a plug as it is, I've just released this book, which is YouTube Optimization, the Complete Guide, available in hardback and ebook from Amazon and all good bookstores, some bad ones too.
Yes, link is in the old description below, of course.
But this will take you through really kind of actionable tips. A lot of the stuff we've spoken about, but really getting into the nitty-gritty.
Walks you through step by step how to do that, so if you don't know how to set up thumbnails and stuff like that, the book will help you.
And it's even got a few familiar faces in it.
I wonder who that could be. So again, the link to the book is in the description below, and it will cost you a lot less than a couple of cappuccinos in Starbucks. Okay, I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you got some value from it. Let us know in the old comments below if you liked it, and of course let us know if you don't like it as well, as I said earlier. As always, like and share this video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure to click one of the videos that's going to pop up very soon at the end of this video to watch more tips and tricks on how to get more viewers and subscribers on YouTube.
I've got to remember to look at
the at the lens. At the lens. There we go. Hi everybody. Why does it look like I'm looking in space? Because I'm looking at the screen and the lens is down here. Is in 2018. So, as we have ladders crashing in the background, take 27. We just have a little sort of King's Cross sort of like walkway here where everyone's just walking around us and crashing ladders and doing all sorts of stuff. Smashing doors.